What about your sisters and brothers in your role in university? Don't they have to
Sorry,
keep?
there's a lawnmower outside my door and it broke a window a few minutes ago. So not in my office, but around the corner. I can't hear you. What was that?
I was saying other endowment CIOs like you, but in larger universities that may have not be able to contain COVID impact. Are they having to keep their powder dry to be liquid to get through this period, or what are you hearing from them?
It's so case specific in terms of the size of the university, the size of their endowment, what their allocation is. We have a pretty low fixed income allocation. Some folks have a higher fixed income allocation. Do you have a line of credit? Denison does. A lot of institutions have them. If you didn't and you had to go get a line right now, it's very expensive for the folks that went out and tried to get a line of credit in this environment. They might have gotten it, but they paid a lot for it. But I do think overall, there in higher ed, there's just a level of uncertainty. I mean, we're happy right now. Could we have an outbreak tomorrow and have to send kids home? Yeah, that could happen. We don't think it will, but it could. Could something worse happen in Ohio and the governor changes the rules and we have to comply with that? I mean, those are the kinds of things people don't know. And I think, like I said, winter is a big issue for a lot of schools. The more the students are in their rooms hanging out, the greater the potential is for a problem. And I think a lot of schools are, they've been dealing with, like, we've been in crisis and we've been very worried about, like, getting the fall set up so that we can invite students back. But the traditional recruiting that happens and students being able to come to campuses and visit, like the seniors in high school, juniors and seniors who will come to campuses and visit, they're not doing that right now. For the most part, they're really not doing that. And many students haven't taken the SAT or the ACT exams. And those are like early indicators to universities of who's interested in their schools so that they can do more targeted outreach. None of that's happening. And so I think, people will get through this year, but then next year is kind of a big question in higher ed. Will you have the same kind of enrollment? Will you have the same kind of applications? Are people going to get through this period and say it's not worth the money? The rise of all of this online educational opportunities, will there be a subset of students who just say, I'm not going to do 4-year, or families who say, we're not going to pay for that. You're going to do something online instead. So I think there's just a lot of uncertainty